Hello and welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make one of these things that's behind me. It is a gate, a redstone gate. And not just the gate, I'll be showing you how to attach this two-way switch to it so that you can open or close it no matter which side you are on. So, stick with me, and let's get to it. Alright, I'm here on the Bedrock server, and I will be building it here so that I can show you the differences in the timings between a server, and I assume a realm, and a single player world. They are slightly different, but in general the build will be the same depending on where you build it. So, getting right into it, we'll have a sticky piston with a block on the face of that. Above this block we'll have another sticky piston, and where's my observer? Off the back side of this piston we have an observer looking downward, and then above this piston we have another sticky piston. We have a solid block on the observer, and on the back side of this upper piston we have another observer looking down, and then we cover up with a block and a block. On top of this piston we put a bit of redstone dust, and that is the arrangement for the bottom of this for one segment. And then if you want your door wider, you just continue to bring it out with more blocks, etc., to however wide you want it. So one more time real quick. Sticky piston, block on the face of it, sticky piston, observer looking down next to the bottom piston there, and an observer looking down to the side of this piston here. Block, 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 and redstone on top of that sticky piston there. Pretty easy. So the next bit, you are going to want to build up your gate itself. So here's our pistons down there, and we are going to take our gate material. In this case I'm choosing iron bars just because I had iron bars, and we are going to go up 1, 2, and 3. Now this is kind of nice for a smaller gate, but you can make this larger if you would like. But for the moment, like I say, we are going to go with 3. And then on top of our gates we are going to have again our block of choice to top it off. Oops, there we go. And that's how we have that. So next we get to work in the upper pistons. So we are going to come up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one block off to the side, and then we take these down because we don't really need them. They are just for our spacing. And so we come and put a sticky piston there, and then we do a spacing, and we have a regular piston. Ooh. And then we have a regular piston there. And take out our spacing block. Alright. So then we are going to have an observer looking up, and that is, it's basically at the end of our wall section. And we are going to have another sticky piston and another, I wish there was a way you could crouch on scaffolding. That'd be so nice. Another regular piston right there. There we go. So basically you have this. Alright. So now we work in the rest of our redstone. And so to do the redstone on the bottom part here, working our way up, we are going to be on the side that has the observer. And we are going to start with a block to bring this up and a repeater. And now in a server world, we're going to set that to 4 ticks. And then we are going to come off to the side at a diagonal and up 1 block and put a redstone torch on it. And we should get that kind of response. Behind this, we're going to put another block with a comparator pointing into the block. And that will be taking a reading off of a dropper. And the dropper will be pointing upwards. Okay. Into now the back of the dropper, or the side, we have a hopper going into it. We have a hopper pointing down into that hopper, and then a hopper pointing into that. And into this dropper, we are going to put 1 random item. And we should get that again. So there is that. Now we are going to work on the torch tower to run our signal to the top bit. So we're going to put a block to the side of the dropper. And then a torch. And a block. And a torch. And a block. And then 1 more torch. Like so. Now, this design was inspired by the bow tie man, and I believe on his design we could come up 3 torches tall, or at least I know I can come up 3 torches tall with his design. On mine we can actually go up to 5 torches to get our signal to the top, and so that is what I will be doing, just like that. Now the important bit to realize on this is that when you come to the top of your torch tower, the top torch should be on and there should be a block above it. So that's the important part. So now we are going to run a line across to here with some redstone dust. Like that. Now, because the observer doesn't transfer power, go ahead and put some redstone dust on the piston that is right adjacent to the observer. And that has extended these top pistons. Now to get the bottom pistons to fire, take your blocks of choice again, and just put those down with some redstone dust on them, so that when the signal comes through, you will get the double piston firing like that. And so to test this real quick, we'll put a lever there. And we got our double extension there. And back down. There we go. Nice. Very nice. And so now for the second part of this little tutorial, and that is hooking in the 2-way switches. So let's get my lever here back. So the floor of this is actually on this level. So you can go ahead and bring this over and cover those up because they don't really need to be exposed. And we are going to assume our wall is in here somewhere. On this side. And then our wall is over here, over on this side. drop a block. There we go. And that, and that. Alright, so we are going to put a lever here. And then we are going to put a lever there. Seems pretty good. And so now, let us see where those come out on the back side and get our signal to come down. And here I've started my redstone lines coming down. The one on this side I've brought out a little further to give me room. And that's just kind of to get things started. What you will need to do almost is kind of work backwards on this. So into this block with this first redstone torch on it, we are going to do a repeater. And immediately we are going to put some redstone dust on it. And then we are going to be 2 blocks away and up. We don't need that one. But on these, a redstone torch and a redstone torch. And then coming into the back of these, it's redstone dust, and then a line across this with, my bad, you don't need that, with a torch there in the middle. Shut those off. And so into this block, we are going to put a repeater from both sides. There we go. And we connect this to our line. Like that. And like that. Get this line coming down here. But it's not just a straight redstone shop. What we need to do is put a redstone torch with the redstone dust coming down into our repeaters from both sides. Like that. And now finally, last little bit is we connect into our blocks with our redstone torches from our signal lines here. Like that. There we go. Now hopefully that has worked. So let's go up and give it a try. Alright, up and down from one side. Yep. And the gate should close from this side. It closes. Gate should open from this side. And then it should close from this side. Beautiful. And through the magic of editing, we are here in my creative world. Because I wanted to show you, there we go, how these work or can work in a single player world. And most importantly, it was this repeater I kept talking about. On a server, it works with 4 ticks, and even here on a single player world, it works at 4 ticks. But this also can work, and it can work faster if you just have it on 1 tick. If you compare this gate, which is on 4 ticks, with that gate, which I just put on 1 tick, you can see. No, you can't. Yes, you can. You can see it runs a little faster, and it will not really mess up on you. So that is pretty cool. Now, what I wanted to point out was that this gate was inspired by the Bowtie Man, but I changed up his redstone quite a bit. With a torch tower of 3, his behaved like this. Kind of on the random side. Yeah. And with my changes, it behaves like this. And that is mostly due to how I've run the top and how he ran his top. He ran his top, if you can see the difference, so that the bottom set of pistons are always extended. And that does not give enough time for them to retract before these pistons that are powering the bottom to extend. So they get in the way of each other. In my situation, I've run my redstone to the top pistons, and I have my observer firing down. And so that leaves this space here for these bottom pistons to be pushing the gates up into, the fence posts up into. So that's the biggest change I made to the top. And then to the bottom, this is his arrangement. He has pistons pushing redstone blocks and redstone torches that go off that the observers see, and the redstone blocks trigger the trap doors, which these observers see and fire into this. And quite honestly, that's not needed. It's extra redstone that's not needed, because these observers can see these blocks, and these observers can see the redstone changes. So yeah, basically this slims things down so that you don't need the blocks, the torches, or the trapdoors, and you get the same results. So anyway, I just wanted to show that, point that out. And I've been able to extend the torch towers up to 5 tall, rather than keeping them or needing them to be 3 tall or less. So I hope you found something useful out of this tutorial. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, share it if you really liked it. And until next time, have fun and see ya!